The instant legacy of 9/11 was America's wrath directed at Afghanistan, the suspected hiding place of terrorist mastermind Osama bin Laden. Within a month, B-52 bombers delivered their vengeance. Britain and NATO joined the fight, and the world was forever changed. This so-called war on terror aimed to prevent a repeat of 9/11. And whilst America hasn't been attacked, a lot of other places have.
Europe did see a number of very serious terrorist attacks, including 7/7 in London and terrible bombings in Madrid, terrible bombings and attacks in France in subsequent years. And here, I think, is a really important part. If you are an ordinary Iraqi or an ordinary Afghan, your risk of being blown up in a gruesome terrorist attack is profoundly higher today than it was 20 years ago.
Nearly 3,000 people died in the 9/11 attacks, but the wars that followed killed so many more. Dr. Mohammed Hakmal is a former chief of public health in Afghanistan. He doesn't want the people who died in his country to be forgotten.
We are counting our own lives, our own deaths. We are forgetting, about 9/11. Because after 9/11, Afghanistan was the country that we lost, I think, around 1 million people, That also need to be considered.
In 2003, the so-called war on terror moved to Iraq. Saddam Hussein was defeated and the seeds that would grow into Islamic State were sown. Attacks in its name would see innocent people murdered in both London and Manchester. The head of MI5 warned today attacks continue to be thwarted. But tomorrow the Western world will look back. This memorial in central London will be a focal point for many of the families of the 67 British victims of 9/11. The memorial also serves as a reminder that the lives of everybody in Britain changed on September 11th, 2001, be that because of increased security at airports, bollards around our public buildings, or indeed increased surveillance. But also, of course, this was 20 years ago, so there are an increasing number of people alive today who have no memory of 9/11. It's a history lesson that one UK charity is making sure gets delivered.
Teaching the events to young people at secondary schools, 13 and upwards, the events, causes and consequences of 9/11 in an attempt through education, to ensure similar atrocities can't happen in the future.
The 20-year anniversary of 9/11 will be a time to remember the victims of the world's worst terrorist attack, but also a reminder that the legacy of that day continues to shape all our lives. Toby Sadler, 5 News.